Okay, so it's really cold outside, so it came in the trailer. I thought I'd just explain what I'm gonna do before I get out there. There's a couple setup things that I need to do before I can fix this. And then we're gonna get this project done. And it is a must get done project, and it has to get done today. The reason that there's a sense of urgency is because the other end of this is our black tank. So here's what happened. On our last outing, if you watched, we were out and it got really cold. It dropped down to about 19. Nothing froze until Sunday when we were getting ready to leave. Went out to pull the valves, and the black tank, I pulled this out. The black tank flushed. The two gray tank valves were frozen solid, but the black tank did flush. I went to push this back in, and I pushed it in, and I always kind of give it a push to seat it, and it moved to a little bit and snapped. And I don't know that you could tell, but it's broke. Now, the good news is I went up to the dealer where we bought our trailer and where we've got work done, and they said that on the Keystone Passport, so this doesn't apply to everybody, but on the Keystone Passport, this is an aluminum rod, and you'll note that it's threaded. You might not note that it's threaded, but it's threaded. This screws into a steel rod that goes into the valve. The mechanic looked at it and said, it's broke, so that means whatever is on the end of this is still attached to the steel rod. Okay, so this hole right here is where the rod goes in. Luckily, I put this extra valve on there. Those are my two gray tanks right there. I'd like to switch this one out too, and I think it's essentially the same process. So my plan is, this is straight in line. My plan is this is straight in line. I'm gonna cut right down this line right here and see, well, there's the valve right there. There's the valve right there. Okay, I don't want to cut that. But there's the valve. I can feel the valve right there. Okay, well, let me cut this away and see what we got. Man, there is a lot of insulation in here. But there is the rod right there. Right there. I think it's unscrewing. Okay, so I just pulled the valve out, and that way I could hold it because it was just spinning in there. And this is just unthreading right off the bat. And there it goes. And now all I have to do is put this one on. It's a little long, but it's working. I might just have to move this extra valve to the other side or straight down. There we go. That's fixed. The valve is right here. Just this threaded on. I'm gonna have to move this. I'll just shift it down or whatever. Oh yeah, you don't want to see that, but yeah, I'm gonna have to shift this. Yeah, maybe just up like that. And there you go. Ah, that was as easy as he's promised. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so let me break in real quick here. I had to jump into the trailer. I got the heater running in here. Took my hat off so my ears could get warm. Bottom line is, this was not the job that I thought it was going to be. It was so much easier. And so the moral of the story here is going to be, don't be afraid to do things yourself. Now, I was fortunate in that I talked with the mechanic that works on our trailer up at the dealer, and he was very, very generous with his knowledge. Bottom line is, we're camping on Friday, and they couldn't get the trailer until February. And so when I asked him about how complicated this was going to be, he said it's not complicated at all. You just got to find out where the connector is. As it turns out, I got in there, I got about a fingernail deep, and there was the other end right there. So I didn't even have to open up the bottom of my trailer. I reached in there and I pulled it out, pulled the valve, so I could work with it and screw on. So, bottom line is, I ended up going up and getting another rod. Okay, so while I'm under here, now that I know how easy this whole process is, temperature went up a little bit too. This one right here, I'll show you. So this is one of our gray tanks. This has been broke for a while, and I had it done. So I just peeled back some of the insulation, pulled it out, and here's the connector right here. So I went and bought another. There's our other gray tank. It's fine. So I'm just gonna unscrew this one. I bought a new rod. I'm just gonna insert that, and that'll be fixed. Super easy. Okay, so I just unscrewed this one from there, and we're going to take the new one and just screw it in. It really is that simple. Okay, I need to hold that still while that threads. So, all right, this is good. Okay, a crisis has been averted. I thought this was going to be a lot worse than it is. But in the grand scheme of things, I have all new stuff, and everything is functioning properly. So we are super happy with that. And now I'm going to flush my tanks, I think. All right. Okay, so that rod is fixed with the new handle. Put a new handle on that one. New handle on that one with a fixed rod. And we appear to be in business again. At least I know this is a super easy fix now. Well, okay, it's all done. And as you saw, again, don't be afraid to work on your trailer or your fifth wheel or your whatever you have. Because I think you'll find that a lot of this stuff looks intimidating, sounds intimidating, and once you get a finger in there, or a tool, or get on the YouTube and look at a video like this one, you'll see that it's just not that hard, and you can do it yourself. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and close things out. Appreciate you coming along. Really appreciate your time, and we thank each and every one of you. And get out there and do your own work. You know what? I saved $165 just in labor today, and the parts were 19 and change. So there you go. All right, we'll see you in the next video, folks.